Video 2 of my quick overview of my plants. The other one was getting pretty long. It's 13 minutes long. So here is Optimus Prime. He's finally getting a side shoot. Try to make this fast. There's this guy. I like this guy. He always faces these little like ends. Always face the sun, and it looks so cool. Like you can't tell where the sun was, right? And here's actually my rose quartz. I don't know why it started doing this, but instead of flowering now, it's growing these little offshoot things. So I don't know what that's all about, but I guess it looks kind of cool. Alright, down here we have another Croton. We have a hibiscus tree that the flowers fall off of before you even get to see them bloom. It's really retarded. My philodendron. I hope this grows up to be one of those big philodendrons with the cool shaped leaves. I wish I knew the name of the specific philodendron, but I don't. But they got a really cool shape, like rough edges to them. And I really hope that that's what this is going to grow up to be, is one of those, because that would be so dope. And I've always wanted one, but they're really expensive. So we will see what it grows up to be. We'll just have to wait and see. It's pretty cool, though. He was one of my first plants, actually. More propagations. These plants down here do not like sunlight. For some reason, this plant, whenever I give it any sort of light, its leaves get floppy, and it just it doesn't like it. So, it has new growth now that I don't have it in the light. So, I leave him down here. My fern, he also likes it down here. He kept dying off and dying off and dying off. And I finally got him to be happy. He's got, whoa. I guess he does still have some death in there. That sucks. I gotta go through and pick that out. What a bummer. Well, I thought he was doing pretty good down there, but looks as if I might be mistaken. I don't know. This plant is one of my problem childs. I can't get this one right. I don't know why. ZZ plant is usually not here in the window, but I was going to give him a little light before I go to work. This was another one of my free plants by mail. It was the first one. It's Madagascar jasmine. I actually heard it was going to die within a couple of weeks because they're really fussy. But actually, he killed off the end, but he's growing new sprouts. Right there is a brand new growth, and there's even one right here. So, when you hear that Madagascar jasmine is hard to grow indoors, it's a fussy plant, it will probably die, make sure you do your research. Just know what the plant likes and try it anyways. Just because somebody else thinks it's fussy doesn't necessarily mean it really is fussy. So, that's just my opinion. Always just try to grow it yourself and find out. Because I would have been bummed if I would have not gotten that thinking it was going to die. But it's alive and doing well. Here's my ordinary Hartley philodendron. Eventually I'm going to combine the two. Here is my green wandering Jews. I got these for a cutting of my Rex begonia that unfortunately did not make it. I really like these. I wish they weren't so fragile though, or weak. We have my Schefflera. He's in the bathroom because for some reason he has an aphid problem. And no matter what I do, I cannot get rid of these aphids off this plant. He can be around all my other plants, and all my other plants won't get aphids. Just this guy. For some reason, this guy will not get rid of his aphids. So, he's in here by himself. He's doing alright, though. He's not getting as much sun as he was out there, but he's doing alright. This guy, usually he's out in the front room, but he really needed some light, so I hung him up in here, because his leaves are turning yellow, and I can't be overwatering. See, look at that leaf right there. So I'm thinking maybe he needs more light. So I'm hoping in here will help. Okay, we got my spider plant that refuses to grow up. And I tried to stake him up and it broke off a lot of his leaves. It's really unfortunate. My dragon tree, the first dragon tree I had, died of root rot because it was in the bathroom and I overwatered it. So this is the only surviving propagation of it. So hopefully he continues to survive and thrive. Here's another one of those begonias that used to be really small and is no longer very small. Ooh, he's really on the edge. And my Dieffenbachia, or dumb cane. This guy actually grows a lot, in my opinion. Or it does for me, anyways. It grows like crazy. And they say they're low light plants, but I don't know. Mine likes to grow to the light. So I'm assuming that means he likes the light. Another curly spider plant. A heartleaf philodendron. I didn't think it was a heartleaf philodendron. I actually saw it on a friend's page. It had smaller heart leaves. So I wanted it to find out it's the same exact thing that I already have. Over here we got my golden potos. That was a rescue. Got it for $3 from Lowe's because the birds pretty much devoured it. But it looks amazing now that it's lived here with me. Here is another prayer plant, or I think they're Caletheia, or however you say that. I really like this plant. I got it really tore up though, so hopefully the new leaves are growing in really nicely. So I'll just have to wait and see what happens, but it's really gross down there. So here is my palm, and it is growing like crazy. This one on top here is just getting taller and taller. This was one of my first few plants. I really like it. It's one of my favorites. They're so easy to care for. And here I have another Mingorelia. This one's just a variegated version. There you go, now you can see it. I really like this one. I think it's really beautiful. And last but not least, my smaller angel wing begonias. This one's flowering and it's really pretty. Aren't they gorgeous? I think they just gorgeous and perfect. I don't know why these guys won't grow up, but they don't. They just grow sideways. Here's the other one of the exact same plant. He was in a different location and he didn't like it. So he didn't grow as well as this one. So I put this, or the other one. So I put this one in the same spot as the other one, and he's slowly coming back for sure.